I'm back with another video. So I was scrolling through my my suggested page and saw this. And I'm curious. So I'm clicking on it
With Stadia, you have what it
and
takes
I'm gonna
to play the
react to it.
biggest games. And with Stadia Pro, you get even more.
What's going on, smart people? My name is Dylan, I'm a physicist, and today I thought we could react to Rick and Morty. I was suggested this show because apparently it has a lot of complex physics theories and ideas that are explored in it. And I thought that was pretty intriguing, so let's check it out together. I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen this show, but it's meant to be pretty popular, so let's have a look. I've currently got up episode 1 of season 2, A Wrinkle in Time. So let's have a look.
Hurry up, Morty. Grandpa's about to unfreeze time. You really should be cleaning from top to bottom.
I know how to vacuum, Mom and Dad, Summer.
Alright.
I've been doing it for
So, off to a bad start, because I see this in a lot of movies and shows that explore time travel, and if you were to freeze time, you wouldn't see anything like you do here. You would see blackness, and that's because what you're seeing is light, and light travels only at the speed of light, which is, 3 million meters per second, 300,000 kilometers per second, which is obscene, but it does. And the reason you see things is because the light is hitting your eyeballs, going to the back of your eyeballs, your brain's processing it. Without this time hitting your eyes, you're not obviously going to see anything. So if you freeze time, there's no light traveling at the speed of light and hitting your eyeballs. So you'd see nothing. You wouldn't see everyone paused around you. But anyway.
doing it for 6 months.
Then you've been doing it wrong for 6 months. Oh my god, is that mildew?
It's not my fault.
The whole point of freezing time was to stop giving a Put a shirt on your dumb dad, and let's keep this dumb universe rolling. Let's do this thing.
I guess this is the mad scientist.
All right, listen, you nap by now. It also means don't touch your parents or we could shatter into countless theoretical shards.
Wait a minute,
and
what?
away we go.
I guess they're like antimatter or something. Hence the annihilation.
Much. Too much to hug you, though.
Yeah, it would literally destroy them. Now listen, why don't you guys go get a free Sunday ice cream? Get out there and get some ice creams. Here's $500 cash and unmarked monies. I'm just gonna put it on the floor and kick it on over to you. You guys go nuts.
This better not be a bribe. If I find a single thing out of place in this house,
Exactly
my
how
love
you
of
bribe
ice
me
cream
to
won't save
die.
you. I'll get my jacket.
Wait a minute.
Sweetie, is your shirt on back?
Man, that guy is the red grin grumble to pretending he knows what's going on. Oh, you agree, huh? You like that red grin grumble reference? Well, guess what? I made him up. You really are your father's children. Think for yourselves. Don't be sheep.
Let's get this.
Male asshole. Hey, don't shove me.
Did it!
You didn't
What's
what?
your problem?
What's yours?
Shut up.
You shut up.
Whoa, what the hell? Oh, God, I don't know. What did you guys just do?
What did you mean? Wait, what am I saying?
Were either of you guys uncertain about anything just now?
Oh man, I don't feel good. Am I talking right now? I think so. Wait, who said that?
All right, both of you, just don't move, don't speak, don't think. I have to check something.
I'm gonna help Grandpa.
What do you mean you're gonna help him?
I can help too. What's
going on,
happening,
Rick?
Grandpa?
Shut up! Oh crap, are you kidding me? 2 dots? This never needs to be more than 1 dot. The two of you made us uncertain.
What are you talking
English,
about?
English?
Our time is fractured. You two somehow created a feedback loop of uncertainty that split our reality into 2 equally possible impossibilities.
Right, so they're implying a lot of things here from physics, which is cool. I heard
I'm just sitting here listening to this, and I now realize how weird Rick and Morty is. I didn't really watch that much past season 1, but was this show that weird for everybody? Well, anyone who's read up on anything regarding theoretical physics. I'm not an expert, nowhere close. I've read like 3 articles on different topics. Most of them regarding theory of relativity. That's the only reason I understand even a slight bit. Theory of relativity is actually it's not the actual name of the theory, but that's what I'm gonna call it. It's pretty interesting. If I don't run out of time, I might look up an article.
They're implying Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I'm not sure how it relates here, but what that it doesn't really. I've sort of just chucked it in there.
Yep.
As a
Helps if I don't hit the
buzzword
mic.
to impress all the geeks, I guess. But Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is essentially you can't know a particle's momentum exactly at the same time as its position. Knowing more of one will actually increase your uncertainty in the other's measurement. So again, if you know a particle's position precisely, it makes its momentum more fuzzy, more unknowable. And this might sound like this is hard to believe when you first come across it, but it is an inherently true fact of nature. And these aren't the only two pairings of this relationship, of this sort of relationship. There's many pairings in reality of these dual relationships where knowing more about one makes the other less certain. I think another one's like energy and time. Knowing more about something's energy makes it less certain in time. And they've been proved. You can prove this with quantum mechanics. So yeah, it's a very cool Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is something that is a fundamental thing you need to know about when you study quantum mechanics. Then another thing that they're implying here is the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which I explore in a bit of detail in my video about tenet. So go watch that one. I won't rehash everything I've said, but quickly, every time there's a quantum measurement, the many worlds interpretation suggests it actually, the universe, reality, branches off into both choices. So I think in the other video I said, you know, if you're choosing between a decaf or a cappuccino, it's not a quantum measurement, pretend it is. Then in the branched reality, there's one where you have a cappuccino and there's one where you have a decaf. So what this also implies is essentially the multiverse, where there's infinite number of realities, essentially, where everything that's allowable by the laws of physics is occurring, which means there's other yous out there. There's an infinite...
Yeah, speaking on what he's saying, the only thing that makes no sense to me is with a split in realities, you wouldn't be able to notice the other reality. Like maybe with some like technology and stuff, but you wouldn't be able to hear like the other you talking and stuff. That would just create a whole lot of issues. Like you can't have two realities that are coexisting at the same point where they can't see each other, but they can hear each other. That would not work. Actually, maybe it could, but it would require a completely. It would involve something completely different from what actually ends up leading to the split in reality. Just know I'm not an expert. This is just my opinion based on what I know. But yeah.
number of other yous out there, which is a scary thought. But not many physicists actually believe the many worlds interpretation. A lot of physicists tend to stick to the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. So look those up. There's a bunch of interpretations. So these interpretations come down to how we perceive these equations in quantum mechanics, how they connect to reality. It mostly stems from the wave function, so Schrodinger's equation. And when you observe a quantum state, you collapse the wave function. So We go to quantum computing, where you have a qubit. A qubit can be in this superposition, where it's in two states simultaneously. Observing the qubit collapses its quantum state into one of those states, so it's no longer in a superposition. But in the many worlds interpretation, you're branching reality. So now there's two realities. One reality where the qubits in spin up, another reality where the qubits in spin down, and they both coexist. Not in the same place, in separate realities. I also caught that they said that they could hear someone else, so that doesn't make sense. Tenet had the same problem. Many worlds interpretation suggests they're completely separate. You can't hear, you can't see them, you're not in the same place, completely separate.
But there were infinite timelines.
We're not on any timeline, dummy. Look.
Oh my
Infinite
God!
timelines,
Are those cats?
I
multiverse.
assume they're Schrodinger's
Here we
cats. Actually, I assume they both are and aren't, just like us.
Is the world gone? Where did Mom and
I'm sure you've all heard of Schrodinger's cat, so I don't really need to explain that one. But they've just sort of chucked together all these buzz terms from physics, especially quantum mechanics. So Schrodinger's cat, it's a thought experiment. Cat's both dead and alive, hence why it is and it isn't. So I'm guessing they're going to be suggesting where they are is like some quantum realm where they are.
Wait, that's confusing. I don't really remember this episode, but so if they're outside of a normal, normal universe, are they in like some type of space bubble? Because they obviously open the garage door and they still have oxygen, but what it looks like it's a vacuum outside of the house. Because the house is just floating and everything else is just floating. So it looks like they're inside of a vacuum. Not like an actual like vacuum like used to clean your house. Like an area of space that has really low gravity, little to no gravity, and little to no pressure. Like air pressure. So I don't know. So, like, do they exist outside of time with a split reality? I don't think that'd be stable for very long. Especially with how it ends up splitting into even more. I feel like it would end up everything would just end up not working at all. How it ends up working. Everything would probably just collapse in on itself. But I don't know. Let the expert talk.
And they aren't, or something like that. But the cat's cool. I like that.
Dad! Mom and Dad, get your head out of your family's ass. The three of us are lost in a timeless oblivion. Your parents get to exist. They're probably living it up in some pointless grounded story about their marriage.
Cold Stone Creamery is the
After a party?
Look, there's no time to hold me accountable, Morty. Like, literally no time. Look around. Uncertainty is inherently unsustainable. Eventually, everything either is or isn't. And we've got about 4 hours to be is.
Or
Isn't. Since this time crystal exists in both possibilities, and since it's impossible that I didn't...
They just mentioned time crystals, so that's another real thing. They're very cool things, and they are real. They're not. They may sound like some supervillain's doomsday device, but they're real. So if you know what a crystal is, it has this arrangement of atoms that are regularly repeating in space, whereas these time crystals have this structure that regularly repeats in time. So what it actually is like this little cloud inside like a dilution refrigerator. You have to cool things down or near absolute zero. And yeah, then you can mess around with these time crystals. They may have some implications for quantum computing. So that's pretty cool. But they're very new and we barely understand them. So that's another cool reference in there.
Nail this. I'm probably about to press this button in both possibilities at exactly the same time.
How do you know you
that
Whatever you're asking, the answer is I'm amazing. And away we
can
go! Oh, what do you know? It's working. What the hell is wrong with you two? I mean you four.
That hurt! That was painful!
Good, I'm glad it was painful. You deserve it. I saw you. You're both all over the damn place. We've been split for 20 minutes and your lives are already scattered to the quantum wind. What the hell do you either? All right, cool it. I see what's happening here. You're both young. You're both unsure about your place in the universe. You both want to be Grandpa's favorite. I can fix this. Morty, sit here. Summer, you sit here. Now listen, I know the two of you are very different from each other in a lot of ways, but you have to understand that as far as Grandpa's concerned, you're both pieces of shit. Yeah, I can prove it mathematically. Actually, let me grab my whiteboard. This has been a long time coming anyway.
Emergency!
Equally mercurial, overly sensitive, clingy, hysterical bird brain homunculi. And I honestly can't even tell the two of you apart half the time because I don't go by height or age. I go by amount of pain in my ass. Which makes you both identical. Alright, everything resolved? Everybody nice and certain about their position in my world?
Yes.
Alright, perfect. This time, be like Grandpa.
You mean drunk?
What's that? You got something to say? Away we go! Away we go! Huh, that's weird. Oh my god. Oh
What?
my god. The son of a bitch is gonna kill me!
What?
The son of a bitch is gonna kill me! Oh god, now there's 3 of them! We're outnumbered! Get in the cupboards! Wait, don't do that. They'll know. Wait, think about getting in the cupboards, but don't really. Ah! This is what you want, you sick! You want to see children die!
You son of a bitch.
You don't...
Quit yelling! What the? Your time is all ripped up to hell! You broke your time twice! How did this happen?
We don't even know. We unfroze time.
Shut the up! Oh, damn! I'm from the 4th dimension. I can hear all of y'all. Now let's just see what we got here for a second.
So, if there were such 4-dimensional creatures, or at least in Einstein's view of space and time and gravity, you know, he bunched up all the spatial dimensions and treated time as the 4th dimension. So, in that, if that was reality, if that's how the world really worked, which I think space-time is doomed, and there's got to be more to it than Einstein's view. But say it were, then you might have these 4-dimensional creatures running about. These 4-dimensional beings might really actually be able to just at will move through time seamlessly, backwards and forwards, going to wherever they want in space as well as time. Who knows? I like where they're going.
Were you trying to use this to... Oh, see, you broke time, and you thought you could just stick it back together with this? How you think you're gonna move time while you're standing in it, you dumbass 3-dimensional monkey-ass dummies?
Oh, way to go!
Asses could ever have one as if it was stolen.
You stole a time-freezing crystal from testicle monsters?
I would have been happy to pay for it, Summer, but they don't exactly sell them at Costco. Besides, there's a larger lesson to be learned here. Get him!
No, you better keep back. Man, this will turn your ass into a 3rd trimester fetus from 30 yards. We did it. Uh-huh. No, Earth, dude. I'm talking about, yeah, with the dinosaurs. If you get to the dolphin people, you're going too far. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
So this comes back to what I was saying.
You know what they...
If you're a 4th-dimensional being, you'd be able to move through time at will, backwards, forwards.
Okay, I'm not gonna finish the video because I don't know how much storage is left on my phone. So, overall, I'd say Rick and Morty. He probably wouldn't agree with me. Based on the fact that he's an expert, you would probably say that Rick and Morty tried, but not really. I don't know. I think they did pretty well considering that most people study for a couple years to understand half the stuff that they talk about in theoretical physics and quantum physics. So it's not an easy thing to get your head around. I think they were worried more about entertainment than actual facts, so they didn't stress over every detail. Overall, I think it's pretty entertaining. Now I feel like I gotta say it again. I'm not an expert. I'm limited in my knowledge, but theoretical physics is something I was interested in for a couple years. When I was like 12 to like, actually, I still read stuff about that now. And from the limited knowledge of the stuff I've researched, I'd say it's okay. Now, the whole time manipulation thing. He said that they had 4 hours to fix time, but time was broken. Okay, so if you don't have a steady stream of time, 4 hours can very well be 4 years if time isn't flowing correctly. Heck, I might end up doing a video under like explaining how time would realistically work, how it would realistically have to work for it to actually not be broken. Uh, but if you all enjoyed the video, next video I do will probably be a scientific breakdown from my theories about how time would work and how time manipulation would actually work. Because a lot of people say that it works this way or this way. Realistically, none of us really know, especially when it comes to like manipulating time. But drop a like and subscribe if you like the video. I'm gonna do more content.